Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? I was drinking water. Cause damn. I'm trying to stream on a more regular basis because I finally have free time. Like actual free time this time. Like dear God. Oh, I got a shout out a couple of days back. That's so cool. Okay, what was I thinking about again? Wait, hold on. Somebody contact. Oh, Bear! Thanks for the follow. How's it going? You're not gagging for what? I didn't even do anything for you to be unimpressed about. But pretty much, I'm saying that I actually have free time, more or less. Excuse me. I'll be going to work more often, but I won't have to juggle work with school. So I'll be able to do more stuff. I'm going to be drawing more, so y'all will see a slow and gradual rebrand and shit. But that's pretty much it. That's just a quick recap and announcement, or at least a recent thing for anybody who didn't show up. We had the VMAT Gala with. Ah, hell. Hold on. I gotta. Okay, now I'm good. We had the VMAT Gala with. Finally caught your stream. Oh, I thought I was collecting my points. I've been messing up today. No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, that's pretty much it. But no, I just have these reactions for whenever I like say something corny or whenever I fuck up during a game. It's whatever. But pretty much what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna talk shit as I usually do, but do that while drawing. We're gonna start off with a warm up because I am going to um fuck. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna start by drawing a new body for myself because I've been meaning to do that, but haven't had the chance. Because I'm planning on changing my VTuber model because even though I like the model that I have, I want it to be a bit more body accurate. Yeah. Although to be honest, this 2.0 is more accurate than my character shoot. So I'll try to do that. I'm also eating because I'm irresponsible. I'm irresponsible, so I'm just now eating. Okay. Excuse me. So let's see. Center X. What's the pixel count? 12, 1200. So cancel. So we're gonna do a sketch. But no, what I was talking about with talking shit, right? was earlier today. There was an incident, or at least over the course of the week, there was an incident, as there usually is. A Twitter artist decided to post Disney fan art of like all of the Disney princes, and they had all but about maybe three. And one of the people that they excluded was Prince Naveen in the roster. And I think Kristoff, because he technically counts as that since he's married to Anna. Yeah. And like, I'm gonna get something else to drink. Hold on. We gonna pray. Okay, I'm back. Fuck. But no, for those who don't know, there was a Twitter artist who made art of like all of the Disney princes except for about three. And Naveen was one of the three that wasn't included. So a bunch of black folks was like, and some South Asians, because remember that Naveen is South Asian. They were like, hey, could you draw Naveen where he at? And when a bunch of people were asking, of course that gets taken as a fucking attack. Because you know how people see black folks as aggressive and junk. And at this point, it's just really annoying. Because like I'm actually tired. Like I don't request art from people because to be honest, as soon as I see that somebody like excludes people that look like me, then I don't trust them. But not everybody is like that. Anything associated with us is seen as aggressive. Yeah, and it's fucking tiring. Actually, I should try. This was a new 3D model that I tried to make. Because this version is technically me, but more exaggerated. But the thing is, I'm a bit more thick in the middle. Like, I still have an hourglass shape. However, comma. Fuck. And then the only thing that isn't quite accurate is more like something that I'm gonna work towards is muscle. Cause I used to be toned because of marching band. Okay, so I did the edits that I needed to do. Do not save. I wonder if I can add more muscular definition to it. Yeah, I'll just draw it in. Okay. So what was I thinking about again? What was what was I thinking about again? Um but yeah, everything we do gets perceived as aggressive. I want wine right now, but I got a headache. Won't wine help unless you're like getting drunk or something? Like I thought it dulls a headache or it could dull pain depending on. I might change this playlist. I was using the day list from you know how Spotify be recommending stuff? Not for me. My apologies. I need to zoom out a bit. And then for now, I'm just gonna make the body because I actually have some other things to work on. You know, I almost forgot. Oh yeah, I was talking about how motherfuckers always interpreting everything that black people do as aggressive and how that's annoying. I wonder if I could snap this object. I cannot snap to a specific point. Damn it, I can't. That's lame. So now I just got to make an estimate. Oh, this works. Yay! But no, I just hated that every time an artist either excludes black people or they draw black people wrong, motherfuckers keep treating it as not a big deal. And then whenever people just give basic criticisms about it, then it's treated as a personal attack. Like, I'm actually bored of it. Because people just want representation. People just want to see themselves in art. And people are just be so damn sensitive about some niggas being not being grateful. Because, like, that was a lot of what I was seeing. That, oh, artists are working hard in order to give us stuff for free. And you should be grateful with what's put out there. Yeah. Accurate inclusion. Because, like, it really sucks. Okay, here comes the hardest part, the ears. I drew these ears wonderfully one time and never looked back. Isn't that a bitch? But now I just started going off on people because I'm really tired. Because one person was just like, oh, because of y'all colored people, nobody's obligated to draw you colored people and stuff. And I'm like, colored? We're going back to the fucking 1940s with this. Nah, 60s even. And then what was worse was that the person is Italian. And for those who don't know, Italy is on its. The U.S. isn't the only one on its fascist arc right now, because I remember very distinctly that they managed to put a Mussolini back in fucking office. And the justification was, oh, we shouldn't judge somebody for the sins of their predecessors or for their ancestors. Which is some fucking bullshit because it's a literal Mussolini. And then the worst part about it was how the Italian who was like aside from their shitty art, because like what got me was the fact that this person was just like, since you coloreds want to act this way, I'm never gonna draw a black person. First of all, your art isn't even worthy to look at, let alone represent another demographic. Like, honestly, I would actually feel insulted. And somebody might say, oh, Jayla, that's being mean. But no, I'm tired. One of my New Year's resolutions was actually to tell more artists to put the fucking pen down. Because I'm actually tired of the audacity of these hoes. Because, like, it gets me how I could go to school and learn how to do art. And even before going to school, right? I always wanted to put effort into drawing people that look different from me. Because I never had a problem with drawing myself. Actually, I'm just going to copy this because I like this shape and I don't like how I'm redrawing it. I'm actually having a hard time. So that's a lie. I do have a problem with drawing myself sometimes. However, like, I want to show kindness and consideration to others. Like, I didn't struggle with representation growing up because I grew up privileged. My mom was the kind of person who went out of her way to, like, find me black Barbie dolls. She was somebody who went out of her way to find me black Barbie dolls and black plushies and all this other kind of stuff. And she would buy me black books and stuff. But a lot of kids, their parents either weren't good at research or they just weren't in an area that had that. So a lot of people didn't grow up with representation and stuff. I'm secure in myself because I grew up around other black people. And because my mom knew where to find stuff so I could be affirmed in my identity. But like, you're seeing grown ass adults who like burst into tears every time there's like a new kids show with something that shows a black person because they didn't grow up with that. And people need to remember that humans learn by imitation. And when you don't have anything that you could directly relate to or see yourself in, you do feel alone and stuff. And you feel like you can't do certain things because and I do think sometimes it is a parental failure with certain stuff. Because my thing is, your kids shouldn't necessarily have to depend on a piece of media to be proud of who they are. Because they should be getting representation not just in media, but also in their neighborhood and at school and stuff. You need to have your kid hang around black people. I don't know. However, I do know the importance of media as a form of communication, because if the media doesn't communicate that black people can be amazing and stuff, there's so much harmful shit out there like baddies and whatnot that depicts us as like ghetto vagabonds and all this other kind of stuff. So if that's the only thing that's put out there, then of course that's going to make you feel some type of way about yourself, and it's also going to make other people feel some type of way about us because it's just portraying harmful stereotypes. I'm just saying that media shouldn't be the only thing that's like giving your black kids affirmation and stuff, because I've seen too many black artists talk about how like they didn't draw themselves because they didn't think that black people couldn't be in art. And I'm like, you're a black artist. You're a black person who draws. The fuck you mean you didn't think that black people can't be in art? When you're in kindergarten, one of the first things that you're told to draw is yourself. Like, you draw a picture of yourself as an introduction, or you draw your family. But like I said, privilege. I grew up in a family that didn't think that way. Excuse me. But but no, it just pissed me off because this person's art was ugly as fuck. I'm not gonna post it in here to embarrass them and stream. Y'all could just look on my Twitter page because I was going off on them. Like, the best way to describe it was like an unholy cross between Pokemon and Tintin, but with fucking chicken scratch line work. And what pissed me off is that your art looks like that, and then you're threatening black people to never draw them because of our quote unquote attitude and harassment. As if that's a fucking loss. Like, what be pissing me off, it's not necessarily like the racism pissed me off because it's racism. But what pisses me off is the sheer audacity of these bitches. I've said this before in another stream, that back in the day, like in the 50s and shit, if you were a professional illustrator, you were expected to know how to draw, period. Not just one thing, not just one demographic. And it didn't matter if you were racist or not, because there were racists that knew how to draw, like Pablo Picasso and J.C. Leyendecker and whatnot. Like Pablo Picasso, he was studying African and indigenous cultures in order to enhance his craft. And J.C. Leyendecker could render black skin really well, right? Because that's what it means to be a professional artist. But you got these incompetent illustrators that can like get thousands of followers for drawing nothing but skinny, big boob, racially ambiguous anime girls. Or like that one Italian bitch that I was roasting with the chicken scratch Tintin art. And they have the nerve to be racist. And it's like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, this is why, you know, those, you know, those conversations about AI art and stuff and the importance of human made art. I'm not a huge fan of this idea that human made art is inherently, it has inherent worth just because a human drew it. Because before we had AI generated shit, we had NFTs, and most NFTs were drawn by humans. Most, if not all, NFTs were drawn by humans, but we didn't value those because they were a scam, right? And because of the same issues as AI with the environmental issues of minting them, and how it was just low effort copy and paste slop and stuff. So like, we can acknowledge that that was trash even though it's human made, but once AI comes into the conversation, we forget. And I don't think that we should forget that. Because I don't think that all art is worthy and stuff. And then for AI slop to be made, some of the stuff that makes AI slop is the fact that it was using slop to feed into the machine anyways. Like, the reason why I'm against AI is because it's exploiting labor, whether that's artistic labor or exploiting Africans, because there's been stuff about Kenya and the underpaid black people who are manning these moderation systems. And then it's shitty for environmental reasons because of the amount of water and electricity it takes to use it. I also dislike it because of the misinformation. I think those are more important reasons than saying that human made art is inherently important, because a lot of it isn't. I think that some humans need to put the fucking pen down. Because some of y'all can't draw marginalized people. Some of y'all can't draw different body types and stuff. Even though you're calling yourselves illustrators. And then you can't even handle basic fucking criticism, even though you want to be critically acclaimed. Like, some of y'all actually ain't shit. Excuse it. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on the thing. Also, fuck Italians. If I have any Italian viewers, I'm sorry. But also, like, just know you're on thin ice. If you're a European, you are on thin ice. I love y'all. I love some of y'all. I like the Irish sometimes. However, some of y'all European artists are getting too bold when it comes to black representation. And don't think that because I'm American, that means anything. I don't 100% disagree. The ones who can't think outside themselves should defiantly do that, but that requires a self-awareness kind of awakening. Yeah. Also, I feel like some of them are self-aware. They just don't like being held to those standards or to those consequences. They see. Cause, like, what be pissing me off is how when black people complain about anti-blackness, and then people use being American as a fucking gotcha, and it just makes me wonder what the hell are the black people over there doing? Cause I know they're doing something. It's just, the U.S. It has so many eyes on us, and people keep dick riding for better and for worse. That, like, resistance movements internationally. Like, it really be getting on my nerves that Europeans want to be using being American as a gotcha when it comes to racism and shit, as if they didn't invent it. And that's the thing that be pissing me off. Especially right now, when fascism has made a comeback. To be honest, if we're gonna be so for real, it never left. It's having a renaissance internationally. It's just the U.S. is the only one getting yelled at for it. Because, it likes. The U.S. is loud. Motherfuckers have no decorum and like sharing all its business. And that could just get irritating at times. Because I have family members in, like, Ghana and Nigeria, and the long-term damage that countries like France and Britain have done. And then to see, like, French and British people act like they're hot shit. Because it was just like, we ended slavery before y'all. And it's just like, yeah. And y'all didn't decolonize until the 1900s. And that was only because you couldn't afford to maintain that colony anymore. Like, Like that shit genuinely pisses me off. There's gonna be an ad break. I'll wait till the ad break is over. Okay. The ad break is over. But no, it's just like I got family members in Ghana and Nigeria still dealing with the consequences of colonization. Ooh. So it's just imagine my annoyance whenever a European says anything. Oh yeah, you could register individual hands as a material. I forgot that. Change the feet a bit. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, fuck. Yeah, I do take some breaks from Twitter and I do use Blue Sky more. It's just I need people to actually move to Blue Sky and use Blue Sky more and will get on my nerves. It's how people are like, but but Blue Sky is boring and it's just like do you expect the entertainment to fall from the fucking sky? Motherfucker, you're using the page. You be entertaining. That's like getting upset that a conversation is boring and you're not doing anything. You're not even opening your mouth. Like it's actually lame. Like I can only do so much. But I also got to do my part and be more active. Foot. Yeah, it's not boring. It's just not full of the regular drama we've become accustomed to. Thinking about what makes what happened to me earlier all the more upset. What happened now? Do you mind sharing? You don't have to. One, two, three. Excuse me. I don't mind. Posting it on blue. I thought one of my cool followers was gonna call me the N word and I cussed them out before I let them finish. Yeah, that's fair. Cause like, who the hell do you think you are? Oh, okay. So they weren't gonna do that. So it was like a mistaken thing. Oh, okay. I'm sorry that happened. You got PTTD, post traumatic Twitter disorder. It's unfortunate how that happens. I like how this was supposed to be sort of a warm up, something quick. But now I'm realizing. Let's see. Me, when I have to look at my own boobs to see if I'm drawing shit correctly. Fuck! Okay. Ah, it was the bait and switch. I cry. I'm sorry. That must have been a bit embarrassing. Are y'all okay though? actually. Yeah. Yeah, because it sucks being on edge. Okay. Yeah, Hatsunea. He. You. He. Who. Ni. Yeah. Now. I love this song. Like, this used to be one of my stemming songs. Kapure, kapure. He. Who. Ni. Yeah. Chana Sasa. DJ. Anastasia. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I lost track of things that I wanted to say. But no, it happens. Like, there's this, I can't remember the name of the phenomenon, but from one article that I once saw, it was like something about how when your body has become accustomed to stress, sometimes you'll create stress to have a sense of normalcy until you get used to having that peace. So it could have been like a moment of that, actually. I think with the arms, I made them a little bit too thick. Just a wee bit. Because even though I am going to be working out and toning out, like, I'll be like more toned. Because I used to be so strong. I miss marching band. Sorta. I don't miss waking up fucking early in the morning. Okay. Okay, we're done with this. We're gonna start 2 new illustrations. One is an ink blot com. I need to find the name of the person. So there's this drive that I'm participating in for this organization called Inkblot, which is hold on. I'm trying to find the name. There's this organization called Inkblot, which is pretty much a replacement for DeviantArt. That's the best way to describe them. Oh, hey, Pass, how's it going? I'm talking about this next art piece that I'm gonna be the next thing that I'm working on. But Inkblot is doing their annual drive where people can buy sketches to like support the organization. And I signed up to be one of the volunteer ones because I like to support Inkblot. And the characters that I'm drawing, it's somebody with their Danganronpa OC and one of the characters. I don't know who he is. I don't care. I actually do not care for Danganronpa. However, this art is still gonna look good because I have integrity. But pretty much for actually, I could send the link. Hold on, let me find it. Inkblot deleted their Twitter because, to be honest, Twitter is ass. But they're now a nonprofit organization, and they pretty much made a site that's supposed to be a replacement for DeviantArt. That's the best way to describe it. But the difference between it and DeviantArt is that it actually protects artists. Yeah, some of them do look cool. I like the bear. They actually protect artists, and then what's different from them and other artist sites, you know how so many people have tried to make artist sites, but it ended up just being a site of artists and not to connect artists with audiences like DeviantArt. Fuck. Damn, they're so skinny. I haven't used these default models in a while. Plus, they're just a suggestion, anyways. Excuse me. But essentially, I just realized whenever I edit 3D models, y'all can't see the editing. I don't know why. I'm okay. I already got COVID tests and stuff, and I did get over a bad cold, and I was dealing with finals on top of that. Like, it was ass. Part of it is me not drinking enough water whenever I eat. I ate too fast. Yeah, finals stressed me the fuck out. So I was like, my health was ass. No, y'all can't see this right now, but I'm actually posing these bastards. So you won't be able to see the change until after the posing is over. I don't know why. Got to do a virtual practice work. I'm in a virtual class right now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it never shows up in Clip Studio Paint. Because even whenever I do like speed paint recordings, it doesn't show that until after I'm done. So like y'all see my cursor going around. Okay. All I gotta do is pose the hand. And now this is what the pose looks like after all of that meticulous shit. And I just posed his hand, right? But let's see. Wait, wrong finger. Fuck. Wrong finger. Fuck. Come on, Pinky. Nothing about to touch tips. Yep. Cause apparently the client or the donor, more accurately, um the donor more accurately was asking for them to have a shy pose. And this was the best one I could find because don't ask me to think of a pose. Fuck. No. Okay. That's how it looks now. I'm gonna keep refreshing the view for you guys so y'all could be able to see my process. Ooh. Okay. We got the pose down. Thank Jeebus. My appetite is starting to come back. Let me see if I could order something last minute. It's not too late. Well, I'm in CST. So it's not too late on my end. Does it have to be a full body? I gotta look at the request again. Same here, CST. So it shouldn't be too late. Some restaurants are open till like 10 or something. Ooh, so want to hear about all the things that I plan on drawing at some point? I don't know why it's showing my Twitter feed on the stream. Something is wrong. What happened to... Huh. Okay. Something weird happened to the stream. Because now it's not showing Clip Studio. Hold on. Let me save. And then let me X out. And then we're going to try this again. Because what the hell? Okay. That was strange. But okay, all of the things that I'm gonna work on is largely rebranding. Well, not rebranding. It'll be like a soft reboot. Cause I don't know. I haven't been quite happy with like my presentation with things, and there's also some things that I have to come to terms with myself as a creator. Okay. I'm gonna change the canvas size. Yup. Damn it. Hold on. Change canvas size. It needs to be maybe 11. Clean and redeem. And I also gotta like organize a bunch of stuff. Like I will be doing co-working streams. So it'll be like Y'all gonna watch me organize my brushes on Clip Steel Paint and stuff, and I'll like be organizing my stream commands, optimizing my OBS. I might make a Discord because I've been trying. It's just I would end up stopping midway. Cause like I like y'all. I love my audience members. At the same time, though, y'all really want to be talking to y'all like that? And then somebody said, if you make a community Discord and you open comms, then you'll let people know. And I'm like, true. Plus, I'm gonna be making graphics to actually promote my comms instead of just saying my comms are open. Like I've said this in a previous stream before, but one of my biggest regrets as a VTuber is not making a bunch of promotional art or commissioning a bunch of promotional art ahead of time, because I wasn't sure if I was going to do this permanently, because I have a habit of starting projects and not finishing them, right? You know, we're going to be done with this. I'll actually finish this later. What I wanted to do is just start on some things. We're pretty much working on starting some things, because get in the habit of actually starting some projects. But I am non-committal. So new curb sketch com. Where is curb? Wait, what do you mean double body? I just realized what you were asking. I've never heard that term used. I want to do more in this space, like making PNG tube models. Yeah, I've actually considered making PNG tuber models, because I think I did a good job with mine. This is a square. So hold on. I'm sorry for scaring the hell out of chat with this picture. Curb wants me to draw an abomination. Where's that facial expression book I got? It has some stuff on squashing. I may have to use a 3D model regardless, because I suck at drawing hands. Hands are hard. So when some folks like myself need someone in the room for them, for us to study or clean. Me, it's half and half. Like I'm almost strictly in the middle, because I'm almost strictly in the middle. I'm fickle like that, because sometimes I could work with others. Like I could work with others when it comes to drawing, right? But when it comes to studying, like doing schoolwork, sometimes it's best for me to have quiet. So I do like this thing where it's like rotating. So I'll like spend an hour or two with people, and then an hour or two I'll just fuck off, and then I'll come back. Well, I could do it. Because this is, I've done a couple of meme reactions. Like I've made some of myself, even though I don't fucking use them. That's my other thing. I need to build a habit of actually using my memes. Like I have an archive of videos to react to shit with. but I barely use it. The last time I used it was when with that fucking monkey VTuber incident and how her white knights came on my page to talk shit. So I just started unloading meme reactions until I ran out. And then after that, I just started posting my Ko-Fi link because I'm like, pay me to care. That was evil. I need to find those Joey Wheeler facial expressions because that might help me. But Bear, if you want one, I can make one. My VGen is open and it's only what, $66? Cause I just updated the paperwork. The price stayed the same. It was just everything else that readjusted. You want me to DM you the link so you can save it for later? Ah, Joey Wheeler. Okay, I'll send it. Let me do it now while it's on my mind because I'll forget. I'm like, what was I supposed to do? Oh well. Oh well. Cause I made some of myself. I made one at Atlas, and now I'm doing one for Curb. I did one at Toledo. Now that I think about it, cause it was with Gargura graduated. I was just so surprised that nobody did like drew Toledo as Caleb City since he kept using that. I woke up to so and so graduating. That's like been his whole gag for eons. You know, I need to actually use my reaction memes that I made because I'm proud of them. Yeah, I just realized where's my phone? I had my phone somewhere. Okay, I found it. I was like, where are you? Okay. So we're gonna start this. Did the music stop? Oh, it's just taking a long ass time for it to change the song. We're gonna pray. Then I gotta make the face long to show that it's, Deformed. Ooh. I'm gonna have Curb looking like the Negachin. I'm scared, actually. Ears. So the way that I draw Kimono Mimi ears, I don't draw them the traditional way because it always got me fucked up. The Negachin. Like I always have to bring them down because if I'm not careful, I'll accidentally draw another pair of ears. Like I always like drawing them all the way down because that's how you remember. And it also makes sense for like wearing headphones and stuff. Face, eyes. Like oh my god, this is so cursed, and I barely even started. I might use the Joey Wheeler eyes. Let me look at cat noses. How the fuck did I do Mocha's nose when I drew her? I love constantly referencing my previous works in order to help with new ones because I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? Because I'm the kind of person, like, I'm literally going to make an art encyclopedia for myself because sometimes I learn new techniques and I ate it and I eat it. I do well, but, but I forget. Sometimes you're like, I ate back then. What the fuck did I do? How did I do that? It's just like, oh. This is such an abomination. I'm so scared. Like, this shit is actually scaring the shit out of me. Teeth. And I gotta add fangs. I'm gonna make the chin a little bit longer. Because why not? Like, oh my god. Like, this is actually terrifying. It's just the fact that, Kurt, what the fuck are you making me draw? I feel like that one witch lady, there's like this one comic going around of this witch lady who was just like, I curse your wife to be a terrifying monster, right? But thing is, she was at a village of monster fuckers. So they're like, please, witch lady, please, we'll give you money to curse our wives. And then she got so tired of them. Like, at first she was taking the money because it's just like, you know what, a bag is a bag. But then it just got exhausting. And like, there was even a time where she gambled and stuff because she's just like, fucking, I'm going on vacation. I don't have to keep serving these people. I have plenty to take care of myself. But then she gambled it all away and she had to start cursing wives again. And then the most recent one is her like trying to get away from them by using a time traveling spell. Yup. She used a time traveling spell to go to the future. Okay, so I gotta remember to give her nails. And then the people of the modern day are now making her draw horse peen. Not draw horse peen, make horse peen. Like, give them wives with her. Yeah. I guess what was kind of low key pissing me off was that I never saw any wives asking for their husbands to be monsters. But then one could probably do a feminist analysis and say, why do that when they're already here? Like, I could just hear Andrea Dorkin be like, why? Can you make her a wolf with a huge sensor bar covering the dick and balls? Yep. Shit. I'll spill it correctly later. Shit. Now it's not the time. Honestly, the most monster fuckery I am is the monster has to have a human body. I'm so sorry for being so. No, you're fine for that. Like, there's some monster fuckery that I simply do not tolerate. I do not like the xenomorph. Actually, I don't like the xenomorph. I gotta ban somebody. Hold on. What's with all these bots? No, there's nothing wrong with being quote unquote vanilla about monster fucking. Like, at the end of the day, you have to like what you like. But no, I do not like the xenomorph, actually. I feel like thirsting over the xenomorph kind of defeats the purpose of like what it is. Because like Alien is a movie that's supposed to be commentary about like workplace abuse and corporate apathy. And the alien is supposed to represent literal assault. Yeah, people saw that thing and it's just like, yeah, I want to fuck the xenomorph. And I'm like, nigga, the xenomorph is gonna fuck you. And not in a fun way. Like, no. No, sir. I do like the Predator, though. You know, that thing with the faceplate and the locks and shit. Like, I think the Predator is cool, but you gotta keep the faceplate on because I don't like mandibles. Yeah, it just waters it down. And not to mention, you can't even. Like, it's just Tentacle Monster. That's pretty much why people like it. It's multiple limbs. It's like having a gang bang, but you only gotta deal with one person. Which, honestly, I get it because that's more convenient. I like tentacle monsters for that exact reasons, but I wouldn't necessarily like an eldritch monster because like I don't care. I'm gonna stop here. Actually, no. I'll draw the can, and then axe curb. Axe curb what they want. But no, I do like the Yachua, which is the name of the species of the predator ape. You know, the ones that be hunting people and shit. I like them because they're to me they're cool. It's more like you're cool, and I know that I could get along with you, but also big boy and big lady. I'll know how to draw a can later. I'll add the hair later. I just need Curb to know. I just need to know if Curb like the facial expression yet. Okay, but let me save. Okay. So that'll pretty much also the closest to furry and scaly is werewolf adjacent and like those dragon humanoids, especially a dragon. Any other hear me outs or like slashers I've seen drawn sexy. Yeah, and I think that to be honest, I'm not a big fan of slasher dudes. Like I feel I fucking hate Ghostface. Like I feel like people insist upon Ghostface. Like I associate Ghostface with mediocre white couples during Halloween. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna do our sexy photo shoot. Meanwhile, it's just a girl who dressed like a e-girl and her boyfriend in a movie accurate Ghostface. Or people be doing like those anime thirst trap pictures of like Gojo and them wearing Ghostface outfit, and I'm like, I'm so bored. I'm so fucking bored. I don't want to be here. And then nobody likes Freddy Krueger because he's a pedophile and his jokes are corny. Jason, I'm not fucking him. I'm not. And like with the other, the worst part with the other slashers, like people clearly only like them when they have the mask on, and somebody's just like, well, having a mask, that's the appeal of it, and I'm like, yeah, but also no, because you know that some of these boys And this isn't a shit on Jason because like dude had a disability before the incident, and then ever since the incident, that nigga is literally a waterlogged corpse. So I can't shit on him too hard. But like, bitch, you know damn well you not kissing that face. And then Michael, fuck him. He needs to die. He is just a wreck. I like half the time I don't like these slasher dudes because I think that they're lame. Cause like Michael Myers is lame. And the reason why I think that he's lame is that they keep giving him supernatural elements, and I feel like that's what makes him lame. What made Michael Myers scary to me in the original Halloween was that he was just a regular dude that could do a lot of damage. Cause like he came out around the 70s when all of the serial killer and stuff reports were like getting really popular because police stations started to communicate with each other. Because did you know the reason why so many serial killers got away with shit was because once they moved to another state, they could just start all over. Because police stations, they did not have a centralized communication system, so you couldn't access records. I like Mask, however, I do think that the dude should look somewhat fine under the mask too, and if he don't, then I don't care. We don't know what Michael Myers looks like, but I just think that he himself is lame because what made him scary to me was that he was just a regular ass dude that could do a lot of damage. But then they started doing that. He's the incarnation of evil and stuff. I feel like that only works if only the victims see him as that because that, that's PTSD. Especially since Halloween 2018 was like doing commentary on that. Only for them to throw that shit away and fucking Halloween kills and Halloween ends. I was so pissed. I was tired. I did not want to be here. But what else? It was something else. What's another slasher dude that I don't give a fuck about? I don't give a fuck about Leatherface. That dude is 2 years old. He is mentally 2 years old. That would not be fair. And also, I feel like his family members are racist. I would not want to be there. Like, they're white in the South and they're cannibals. They're racist. That combination always means racism. I think I never watched them. I would suggest watching them. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's a really good horror movie. One of the things that it got praised for was doing shit in the daytime. Because, it's typical to do horror at night because we're scared of the dark as humans. But it's just like, no, the danger exists in the day as well. Halloween, I would suggest watching Halloween, like the very first one, and Halloween 2018. There are so many Halloweens, and I have not watched them all to judge them all, but I know that the first one in 2018, they're really good. Um, Friday the 13th will not have Jason in there, at least not in the traditional sense. Right? His mom is there. Aw, it'd be like that. I get it though. You know what helped me? So, like, aside from my family liking horror movies and stuff, what helped me get over my fear of things is learning about the behind the scenes. I would suggest getting into Dead Meat, which is a podcast by these YouTubers named James and Chelsea, and they're married. And you know what? I might make this a little bit smaller so I could have torso in it, or because I don't know, it feels a bit too awkward with this crop. Maybe. Actually, no, because the composition was really good. But no, Dead Meat talks about the behind the scenes of movies. Okay, I'll explain in a bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna. Let's see. Hair. I'm not gonna draw the hair. I don't have the energy. Okay, so Dead Meat is a podcast by this couple named James and Chelsea, and they bonded in college. Excuse me. Over their love of horror movies, and they have this segment called the Kill Count, which is where they go over the kills of different horror movies, and then they talk about the behind the scenes of it. Like, it was through Dead Meat that I found out that Candyman used actual bees in the filming of it. And they've now started this thing called Dead Meat Games, which is where they go over the kills in video games like Outlast and Resident Evil and stuff. So yeah. But we're gonna end right here because I did what I came to do, and I also got to get ready for work in the morning. But thank you so much to all who came and listened to me yap. We're gonna go raid somebody. I don't know who. Let me look up. Give me a minute. Let me find somebody. Do, 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 do. Let me get out of creator dashboard. That'll help. So who am I following and who's... Okay, I'll go read Bishy. So we're gonna go raid Bishy, who is streaming Warmhammer, because they like to do roleplay and stuff. But in the meantime, stay above the water, guys.